YouTube. It is I think I'm in let me see where I'm at. In Siri. What city am I
You're at 1042 E. Warren Road, Hauptstadt, Indiana.
in? I'm back in Hauptstadt, Indiana. Actually right back at the same truck stop that I was at. I don't even know, what was it, a day or two ago? But I was going east. And now I'm going west. But it is Friday the 13th. It's Friday the 13th, and it's about 5:20, let's say 5:25 a.m. Indiana time, which is an hour earlier than the East Coast. Trying to figure out where to begin this video, because see, I have trouble with the iPhone, man. I actually had to come on back to my Samsung and delete some other video that really maybe wasn't so interesting, maybe. Because I recorded some information on some video on my iPhone, man. But I tell you, man, I just hate it, man. That memory shit. My shit is filled up now, and that is the problem. Once the iPhone gets filled, I can't edit the video. Basically, I can't edit the video. I have to start deleting video to be able to edit. And pretty much let's just say, I guess for an example, let's say if I want to edit 5 gigs of video, I pretty much got to delete 5 gigs of video to do it. I mean, I pretty much got to delete 5 gigs of video. So I really hate, I think Apple has quality products, but I really hate the way that they try to prioritize their memory and things of that nature. The way that they don't really want you to utilize, it makes it difficult for you to utilize like a SD card or any other type of external memory that's not an Apple product. God damn, we got somebody, look at this, we got somebody coming through the goddamn woods out here. Get the fuck out the way. Oh, it's a damn 4-wheeler. I tell you, them motherfuckers real out here in Indiana. But yeah, that motherfucker come out the goddamn woods. This the woods over there. Goddamn woods over there. Look, the truck stop over here. This motherfucker come out the goddamn woods on the damn 4-wheeler. It scared the shit out of me. Cause all kind of shit been coming out that woods. I seen a big ass cat. It was a big cat. I didn't get close to it, but actually I'm gonna step out here, man. See that white truck behind me? Like, I was over at the damn truck stop, and I was walking back to my truck, and I seen this big fat ass cat walking up under his. It was the size of a fucking, kind of like a pit bull, and it was plump. But I could tell, I only could see the silhouette, but I could tell, a cat just walks different than a dog. And I was like, that's a goddamn big ass cat. What I was saying to myself, and I was scared as hell to come over this motherfucker and get back in my truck. Because I was like, I don't think that's his pet. I don't think that's his motherfucking pet. And I still don't know. Because I finally did ease over this motherfucker, and I was cautious as a motherfucker. But anyway, man, let me get back to what I was saying, because I don't want to use up a lot of memory. Basically, man, see, that's the problem. I record some things over there on that, and some things over here on this parts, but it's hard for me to get them back together because of the way that the iPhone do the damn memory, man. So I'm gonna try to do some recapping, because to be honest, what I'm probably gonna have to do is just delete this shit from the iPhone, period, and not even use it, which I kind of hate, because that was like in the motion as it was happening. Different things, like I got footage on there about this load that I'm doing right now, live as I'm doing it. But it's just difficult, man. It's difficult, man. I'm trying to get y'all video. And also, let me just tell you, the load that I done for Jacksonville Freight Solutions, taking that one pallet of cornmeal to Denver, Colorado. They put they can say what they want to say, but bottom line is the bank is saying what they want to say too. And that check, the bottom line, it didn't go through. It didn't go through. It was not valid. And I wrote a review about it. I wrote a bad review on the DAT website. And then, of course, the owner called and told me, to change the review, that he was going to pay me to change the review. He's going to pay me the money that he owed me to pay the review. Basically, he still was going to charge me the late fee. I mean, the 3%, take the 3% out that they never told me about originally anyway. This going to be short. These bugs, I'm telling you, they got bugs. They got bugs in every area code. They got bugs, man. God damn, they got bugs. But anyway, what was I at? They still was going to charge me the 3% that they never told me they was going to charge me anyway. Even though now, as of right now, this AM, the check is 7 days late. Now, the 3% is for what you call quick pay, which basically means same day pay. 7 days later. So he acting like he doing me a favor. He wanted me to change the review. Of course, I don't know why he didn't know, because I went back to their website, because I was like, this nigga acting like he ain't never got a bad review before. I went back to the website this morning. I didn't change it, because you can't change it. But I was like, he act like he don't know that you can't change them. You can write another one, so I did write another one. I gave this motherfucker 4 1 stars again. I told him, hey, we resolved. Pretty much what I put was we resolved the issue with the EFS check because it cleared today. It cleared midnight or 12:01 a.m. Finally. So I got up this morning. It's about 2 hours now before I got to take off. Before I can take off. But anyway, I wrote another review, which was very brief. I just said, hey, I had a problem with an EFS check with this company, and we resolved it 7 days later, and then gave them all 1 stars and posted that shit, which lowers his rating even more. And then I went back and looked through his notes, and he was like, oh, this is something he had already wrote. I just wasn't reading it. He was texting back and forth. I'm driving, motherfucker. I ain't got time to be reading your shit. You wasn't worried about paying me. What are we talking about? You would say that we a good freight company. No, the fuck I won't. And no, the fuck I didn't. And don't, guys, like I went through this before, and the company paid me $200 to write a better review, and I did that, and I felt bad about it. I felt like I was misleading people, fellow truckers, and I know it may not seem like much, man, but you got to do the right thing, man. And I done the wrong thing that time by taking that $200, which they technically owed me. But since then, I learned when a motherfucker owe you, they owe you, and you don't owe them shit for them giving you what they owe you. So I did write that review. I wrote that review, and I didn't write it nasty. I didn't put the shit with it. I didn't put no shit with it. But I wrote it truthfully as possible. Speed of payment, 1 star. Would I recommend them again? 1 star. I forgot what other 2 questions it asked, but pretty much it asked 4 questions. I gave them 1 star on all of that. And then you have to give them an overall rating, which I gave them a 2 out of 5 stars overall rating, which is basically to say that initially, finally, I actually did get paid. 1 star is for getting 100% shitted. 2 star is for eventually getting paid. Not when you wanted to, but you eventually got paid. So I thought it was fair to give them a 2 out of 5 stars on there. But everything else was a 1. I mean, I thought about it and I was like, no, I'll never recommend them again. I'll never recommend them to anybody, and I'm not recommending them to y'all. The only thing I'm telling you is 7 days later I got paid. So, but if when I called them motherfuckers to set this up, if they would have told me we'll pay you in 2 days, I would have been like, I don't want the job. So I'm definitely not happy. If they would have told me, hey, look, we'll pay you the next day, I wouldn't have took the job. I only took the job because it was supposed to pay the first day. Here go one of them box tricks I'm gonna show y'all. See that window on the side? They done made them a sleeper back there in that motherfucker. And I don't know, I think that might be a 24-foot But you can. I, wait, let me rephrase that. There are people out here that got 20-foot box trucks, 16-foot box trucks. I can't say what type of money they making. I'm just saying, goddamn, I gotta get back in this truck, but these goddamn bugs, man. Shit. Damn. So anyway, yeah, man, I just wanted to let y'all know those two things because I did put out that video earlier, which might have made it seem like I did get paid, but the bank didn't accept that check. I mean, they said they was accepting it, but then come Wednesday, I deposited on a Friday. If I'm correct, I think it was the 6th. And then I think on the 11th or 12th or some day, 11th, I don't know when it was. I think it might have been the 5th when I deposited. I don't remember the days, to be honest, but the date. But I know it was on a Friday. I deposited it after the same day because I was already skeptical and I wanted to cash it right away. And I also wanted to go to a real bank with real tailors. But I guess from that video, I don't know if I made it clear, but I kept looking up banks, looking for Banks of America down there in Denver. And it kept giving me addresses to these banks. But then when I go to them, they'd be empty buildings. You know, I'd look through the building and there'd be nothing in there, basically. At least that's what I was assuming. And then finally, on the 3rd try, you know, it's just kind of like common sense was like, why the fuck does Google keep giving me these damn locations, but the banks ain't here? But this last bank, it was obviously a Bank of America. I mean, it looked more like a Bank of America than the other two. The other two looked like it used to be a Bank of America. It's what it looked like. So that's what I was assuming. It's like this was a Bank of America, but they shut down and they moved, or are moving. They're in the process of moving. This one is not open. And then finally that last one, I looked in there, and that one I actually thought that they were in the process of constructing. I thought that they were in the process of opening, but just hadn't opened yet. But for some reason, I just looked around that one more thorough, and I seen that thing on the damn door that told me to put my card in there. And I done so, and the door opened. Now, I also got a little bit of footage of the bank in Knoxville, Tennessee, the Bank of America I went to, and it had that same thing on the door. And I didn't see it at the time, but I want to say it now. I believe that's the same way that you entered that bank. Is that you were supposed to stick your card in there. I wish I would have had my body cam working at that time, because I didn't even say it at the time. But when I opened that door, there was a tailor that looked at me like I was coming to rob the place. And I'm almost thinking that it wasn't supposed to open. Maybe somebody didn't shut it back right or something, but just the way she looked at me, you know, she looked at me like, literally like I was coming in there to rob the place. I mean, her eyes got really big, you know, and she didn't say anything for a while and for a few seconds. But I think my actions of holding up the EFS check and starting to explain my story put her at ease a little bit. But I'm thinking that's something that the banks are trying to do, whether they have tailors in them or not, is basically if you don't got no damn bank card, you don't even got no business coming in there. So at least if you are gonna rob them, you're gonna have to have somebody's damn bank card. Basically, you have to have somebody's bank card to get in there. But I think that's what they're doing. Yeah, she looked real surprised. But anyway, I really just wanted to come back in this morning and really kind of update you guys, and also about this load. What am I doing back in Indiana? Pretty much, I got a load. Not a good paying load, $1.61. Yes, Amazon would have paid me better, probably about twice the amount. But at the same, they would have paid me $2 and some change. They would have paid me, I'm going to say about at least 60 cents more. That's my true belief. At least 60 cents more, but probably about half the amount of miles. And they wouldn't have put the money in the mailbox until 6 days from now, basically. Yesterday would have made 7 days from now. So that's one reason why I took this $1.61 to put money immediately in the mailbox, especially after dealing with Jacksonville Freight Solutions. And what I'm recommending about them, I'm not recommending nothing. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm not even gonna not recommend. I'm just gonna say I'm not dealing with them. I'm not recommending nothing to you guys, but I'm telling you one thing. I'm not recommending you to work with them. I'm not recommending you not to work with them. I'm just telling you, I would never work with them motherfuckers. Ever. Never, ever, 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 ever again. Or I'm not gonna start naming names, man. But any of them that look suspect, I'm not. Pretty much, if they don't factor with my company, I'm just not fucking with them. Period. You know, and just to kind of give you a dynamic. First of all, Jacksonville Freight themselves, they was back on there, and they had a job. They had a couple of jobs on there that paid more per mile. I did not even think about taking it. And there were other brokers. And it's always the case. It's always the case. It's usually always the case where you're going to find a broker that's offering a job that your factoring company does not factor with. My opinion, what I would do, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to just tell you what I would do from now on, from the lessons I've learned. I would not fool with them. I would rather take less. I'd rather take 10, 15, 20 cents less a mile. Because I don't even know how that saying go, but what is it, an egg in the basket or something is better than two? An egg in the basket is better than two. Hell, I don't know. Two up the chicken's ass. Hell, I don't know what it means, but something like that. You know, an egg in the head is better than two stuffed up the chicken's ass. uh, because it might not come out. That's basically it. Might not, the ones up the chicken's ass might not come out, but the one that's already in the basket, you know, you got it. So that's my opinion. Uh, that's my take on it. But yeah, I want to let you know, man, I had difficulty with that. The money is in the bank now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether or not they can come back and fuck with it or not, but I don't think so. But I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm so fed up with them, and I had already accepted the fact that I had lost the money. I don't even give a fuck. I just hope to never hear from them motherfuckers again, which I'm pretty sure I was gonna text him this morning and tell him, hey, I done your fucking review. But I was like, I don't even want to start hearing they goddamn mouth. I don't want to hear they goddamn mouth. I don't want to start hearing they goddamn phone calls. I just don't want nothing else to do with the motherfuckers. Ever. And that's a whole time what's really tripping me out is these motherfuckers acting like they doing me some kind of favor. And that's the way they do, man. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of feel some type of way. Like, you know, when I put race in there. When I say I felt a real racist undertone by the way them motherfuckers was talking to me, man. Because that's what racists do. Racists tend to do shitty shit for you, to you, bad shit to you. But then when they dial it back a little bit, it's still shitty, but it's just not as shitty. They act like you owe them a motherfucking favor. And that's the way that I felt throughout this whole ordeal. Like they act like I owe them a favor because they're gonna pay me the money that they owe me 7 days fucking late, plus charging me 3% of it. Like I owe them a motherfucking favor. I owe you a motherfucking ass whipping. That's what I owe you. And I hate to say it, man, but that's the way I wish we could conduct ourselves, because then the motherfuckers would never do it. If you could lay hands, they lucky I'm not the goddamn president. I'll make all type of, I make a law called a respect law. And it'll be a law where if a motherfucker disrespect you a certain type of way, you can put your motherfucking hands on them. You will have probable cause to put your hands on them to make them motherfuckers respect you. But I'm not the president. Thank God. Because Will Smith probably would be smacking the shit out of a lot more people than damn Chris Rock. But if I was president, Chris Rock would have never said what he said. And I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm about to take it to a whole nother level. First of all, let me just say no, Chris. I don't think Will should have smacked no damn Chris Rock. Not Chris Rock. You know, it's just a size comparison. But at the same time, no, I don't think Chris should have said what the hell he said. And I think some of these other comedians, no, it shouldn't be no pass to go disrespect a motherfucker just so you can make a check, make money. I mean, it's a way to make a joke tastefully. of course, it may make your job harder, but who gives a fuck? I mean, your job ain't supposed to be easy. Um, you just can't run around saying what you want to say about people and expect them not to smack the shit out your ass. I mean, that's the bottom line. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. But no, I don't think Will Smith was right. No, I don't think Chris was right. Uh, but I think it's the society that we live in. I think it is. I'm not even gonna get into that. But like I said, I was just trying to catch you up. But let me tell you about this load. I don't know if I ever got to that point of telling you about this load. Yeah, I picked this load up. This load is basically was coming from somewhere in Tennessee. I don't even remember the damn name of the town now, but it was supposed to be like 9 miles away from where I was, as far as the deadhead. But it ended up taking me about 30 minutes. So if I had to guess it, and it was I had to go through this little town. So I guess it was about more like 15, 20 miles away through a little town, you know, where the speed limit was like 25 and 35 miles an hour. So I imagine it was about 25, 30, something like that, miles away. Went to the place, got loaded, 4 pallets, four heavy ass pallets on the back of here. Taking up about 1/3 of the truck. And I was trying to figure out a way to maybe get some more stuff on this truck. I've been looking. I kind of base my schedule, driving schedule, on that. That's the reason why I'm here, because technically right now I could be probably about 1 hour from the drop. But even if I was 1 hour from the drop, I would have had to take a 10-hour break before I could drop it. So I wouldn't have got there any earlier. That's the first thing. I still would have got there around 1 something, around noon, 1 something today, regardless. Because pretty much what I did, if I'm correct, is I drove this about 4.5, 5 hours and stopped. And then gonna drive it about 5.5, 6 hours left. But we'll still get there around 12, 1, exactly the same amount of time. And my logic in that is, well, what would I rather be at tomorrow? Would I rather be trying to get something else to go on there? Now, that's the whole key to it. Trying to get more money going up the road. Well, if I'm already there in Kansas, I'm an hour away from Kansas. When the load board open up, if I'm an hour away from Kansas, what is the chance that I'm going to find a load to move 1 hour? I'm not. Versus when the load boards open up, if I'm correct, I'm about 400 and some change miles away. About 6 hours away. I stand a better chance. I stand a better chance of finding something to get on the back of this truck. And then another benefit is I didn't have to continue driving all through the night. And actually I think it's like 4 hours of driving. I don't think it's 6. It's actually 4 hours of driving remaining, if I'm correct. 4, 5 hours remaining until I get to the destination. I don't know what it is, but I'm able to get back on the road, if I'm correct, around 7:30 a.m., 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It may be about 5 hours. I can find out here in a second.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Let's see. 6 hours. 6 hours, 14 minutes, 420 miles is what it's saying. So basically, I said that was my thing. Do I want to be 70 miles away when the load board open up, or do I want to be? And that's the thing about it. If I would have continued to drive it, even when the load board opened up, I wouldn't have been able to move the truck. I wouldn't have been able to move the vehicle until about 11 a.m. Even if I did find a load, I couldn't go get it until like 11 a.m. So really the load board pretty much was off limits for me to accept anything from it until like 11 a.m. Versus by me doing this way, it's available to me right now, which is not useful, seeing that it's 6 a.m. in the morning. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m. East Coast time. It's not useful. But like I say, I can't move anywhere yet anyway. I can't move until about what time was it? Yeah, it's like 7. I can't even move till about 7:30. But yeah, that's about it, man. I just wanted to tell you about this load. Paying $1,100. It's not much of. I mean, paying. I'm sorry, man. I don't even remember how much it's paying. I think I keep saying $1,100, so I don't want. I'm thinking maybe it's not $1,100. It's not. It's $1,200. Actually, it's $1,200. I did negotiate it up. This shit was paying about $1.30 a mile. I negotiated it up. This is a TQL load. I negotiated it up, but I really wanted to come. To be honest, I was really wanting to come back out this way to Amazon myself back, because the chances of me getting another $1,000 Amazon load from the location that I was at in Kentucky, I mean Knoxville, Tennessee. What the fuck? In Knoxville, Tennessee, continuing to go east was very unlikely. It was very unlikely that. Basically, this is the way that it was. I was looking at making I kind of done it. I was like, I'm probably gonna do Amazon. I would have done it last night. I'd probably be finishing up right now,